What is up, everybody? It's your boy ThrillerXero back over here with a new video today, and I haven't really been posting a guide video for Kaiju Universe for a while because I was quite busy with other stuff lately, which is why I didn't have enough time to do YouTube, and I should have came back to YouTube during the previous March break. So now today we're back with a new video, and this time I'm gonna do a video on how to master Godzilla Ultima in PvP and what are the best builds for this beast since I have it at max. And I've used to review it in one of my previous videos, and if you recall that video from mine, Ultima is one of the strongest kaijus in the game and can take on most other kaijus with ease. So just before we can get into today's video, a major 87% of you guys that are watching this video aren't subscribed yet, and so if you are new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button with the notification bells turned on so you won't miss an episode from me. And could we reach 1k subscribers before the end of the year? And now let's dive into today's video. So now beginning on with the build first for Ultima, since I have it at max level, I have 4 speed points on it to make its speed more balanced since he is slow as fuck, along with most health points and full damage to the max so he can deal more brute damage to the fullest. I don't really use any region points on him because I don't really spam my attacks more often. And to as regarding the speed, he is slow as fuck from the start, so I added more speed points to make his speed more balanced. So you don't really need to copy down my build for Ultima since you can make your own build for this thing, but now let's begin on how to use this thing in PvP. Now beginning with the melee attacks, as they are the most easiest ones to use, the first one being the bite or the claw one, the second one tail sweeping, and the third one stomping. Now starting off with the bite attack, as it sometimes deals the claw attack and it has very lesser range of the both, as it can deal massive damages up close. Next is the infamous tail swipe or the Coda Percute. He leaps down your entire front view, and it's very good to use it when your opponent is further away because it has the most longest melee range of the three. And finally, the third attack deals double damage or triple damages at the same time thanks to the shockwave and point blank. Although its range is almost as long as the tail attack, but it deals more double damage as it's just like a second alternative for the tail attack. And you can easily memorize the patterns for these attacks like 2 to 3 and repeat that again. But there is one thing for sure, and it's try not to spam your attacks or else you will lose a lot of your energy in combat, and it's not recommended. Only use your attacks when your opponent is up close once, and if further away, try using your ranging attacks, which would lead to the other parts with the beams. Now for the beams, as it deals the most strongest ones in all of Kaiju Universe. Let's begin one with the first, the Ultima Spiritus. It is the strongest beam in the game because it has the longest duration, meaning it can drain your health much longer. And the one downfall or cons about this is that you cannot use any other melee attacks while this beam is active, which is one thing I kinda recommend you to use it during a close range confrontation because melee bruters can take advantage of you, and draining with your beam is slow, damaging compared to the spamming and repeated melee attacks. And it's best at a longer distance range. And there's the one-hit beam, the Ultima Vastitas, the shorter version of the atomic breath that can deal up to over 1.2k damage in just one hit. This is good when going up against flying kaijus and at close range too. However, it costs you like around 14 points from your Archetype Mist Bar, in which I will get into that soon. Now beginning with the Archetype Mist Bar, you can get these points by using certain attacks like the third melee stomp, the atomic breath, or doing the first roar key. And the points have 2 usages to begin with. One thing for sure is my most favorite one is the one-hit beam attack, costing you at around 14 points, and the second one, which is mainly employed as activating the bar to form a red cloud around you that deals damage to your surrounding area, similar to Monster Zero's Storm ability, after using the Alpha Cloud with the Storm bar active. However, there is one flaw that I don't really like about it other than its process dealing surrounding damage, and is that it takes away 25% of your charge meter bar away after your mist bar is empty and when still active. It can significantly drain, almost emptying out your own bar away, and whereas you cannot deal any attacks thanks to your energy bar being drained away, and which is why I don't really use it that often. However, you can still use it if you want, but to my only pick, I prefer not to use it. And certainly when skilled, it can easily demolish any ground kaiju in its pathway with ease, even Godzilla 21. However, going up against flying kaijus, it can get complicated because you have to mostly use your beam attacks to hit the flying opponents. The weak ones fall into victim, but up against Monster Zero and Destoroyah, it can easily get tricky and you have to not spam your attacks mostly and rely on ranging attacks like the Ultima Spiritus and the Vastitas. The Vastitas is the most effective because it's a one-hit beam attack that ranges more than your other melee attacks, and they deal a high amount of damage as well as are very effective at the same time. And one thing I forgot to mention is the third melee stomp attack that can actually range the sky campers as well as dealing damage thanks to the shockwave. However, it has to be double times the shockwave damage given to the flyers to be effective. And now for the disadvantages for this kaiju. And one thing for sure I did notice that you can easily be teamed on in low code because thanks to its low speed, it can't really get away from opponents coming at your view. Like, you're really just a sitting duck waiting to be targeted for XP and missions, which is another thing why I don't use Ultima that often, because that is just me playing as Ultima in a nutshell. So after I've all talked about the attacks on Ultima and how to use strategies on them, and now let's begin demonstrating my skills with Ultima and enjoy the gameplay. And just before we can get into the gameplay, here are the list of combos that I've came up with and take a look at them. And now, let the battles begin. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my video on how to master Godzilla Ultima in PvP. If you want to see more similar videos like this, make sure you smash that like button, punch that subscribe button with the notification bells turned on, join my Discord server and follow me on Twitter. And see you guys onto the next video. Ciao!